And we did promise you at the top of the program that we are going to be interviewing Christopher Spincity Chris Clark, and he is that US-based Guyanese artist who's been making waves across the internet there with his music. Good morning, Christopher, and welcome to Guyana Today.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. It's kind of early over here, so a little bit of just getting used to things right now.
Alrighty, so let's talk about your music. You have been making music for a little bit now, and you have this podcast as well that you've been doing. So before we get into the work that you have been doing, let's just talk a little bit about you. Who is Christopher Spincity Chris? That is.
So you guys already know my name. I'm originally from Georgetown, Guyana. I was born and raised there. Moved to Queens, New York, Southside Queens to be exact, in about December of 2009. Been living with my family here since then. And I've been making music for about on and off my whole life, but taking it seriously, I'd say for the last year, a little bit over a year, and rapping and writing songs and releasing them for like the last 5 to 6 months. So I've just been taking that seriously. But me as a person, I'm very relaxed, dedicated to what I do. Like if I love something, I'll go 110% for it. Dedicated to my family, my friends, and the things that I care about. So that's just me as a person.
Right, so you mentioned there being into music for a long time. However, just within the last year, you would have gotten serious with your music. So let's get into that. What led to you going to that level after you would have been singing and rapping for such a long time? However, moving seriously, as you mentioned, into it over the last year.
So when I started college, I joined a radio station, and I met a lot of creative people there, artists, producers, DJs, writers, photographers. So just being in that creative space on a daily basis kind of just pulled it out of me. And then one day I took it seriously. I met a friend of mine. His name is Eric. He goes by DJ Extra. He produces a lot of my songs. So I met him. We became friends very quickly, and we grew very close through the music. And I've just been taking it seriously from then, step by step, song by song, day by day, just writing every day, pushing myself to where I am now.
Speaking of the music that you would have created within the last year, let's talk about that in itself. What type of music can we expect, or what type of music do you have out there currently?
Currently, I would say I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible or versatile with it. I do have a lot of songs that are more old school hip hop. I have newer songs that are a little bit more to this younger generation, that's more current, more up tempo. I like to mix styles a lot. I like to mix Caribbean sounds with hip hop, original sounds like boom bap and trap with like reggae and things like that. So like my latest song, we worked on mixing trap and boom bap with a reggae sample in there to kind of create a whole new vibe, because that's my goal as my signature style as an artist, is to create a whole new sound by combining the influences that I have personally.
All right, so that sounds quite extensive there. And of course, bringing out music of these type, for a person who can sing, it may appear to be something easy. However, we know that there are several challenges that persons would come across from time to time in this particular business. So let's talk a little bit about the challenges that you would have encountered, let's say over the last year, given that that is the period of time where, you took this to another level.
I'd say the first challenge is the financial difficulty. To create quality music is not a cheap process. You have to really put time, energy, and money into it. So that was the first thing I realized. So I had to find different ways to raise income for myself, because, I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from a very wealthy background. So I have to come up with ways, get a job, do this, whatever I have to do to kind of get that money for myself to put into my music. So that was the first thing I realized. Then the next thing I realized was that I have to put a lot of time and effort into it. It's a process. Not everything is like going to be done in 30 minutes or in an hour. Like I have songs that took me weeks and months to finish it, and to the point where I'm ready for it to release. And I have songs that sometimes just finish in a day. Like it really depends on the song.
All right, great. So we see there that you are definitely, you have a handle rather on things as it relates to your music and, of course, dealing with the challenges. So final question before we wrap up the conversation. Let's get the story behind the name, Spincity Chris.
So that's actually kind of funny. I was in high school, and my freshman year, I had like a flat top, old school kind of haircut, and then I decided to get waves, as I have right now. And I was like, kind of into it. It was very popular at the time. Everybody wanted it. Everybody was all thought it was a cool thing, so I wanted to do it too. It was my sophomore year. I tried it, and then after a while, like to get great waves, so to speak, you have to kind of put a lot of practice into it, just like with music, a lot of time, dedication, brushing, and all those things. So I just kept doing that, and then someone called me that one time in the hallway, and it kind of stuck from there on.
Right. All right, Chris, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the program and, of course,
Thank you.
introducing you via this platform to your Guyanese audience. We're very happy to host you here this morning. And here's to wishing you all the best in moving forward with your future endeavors. And we do look forward to having you again here at some point in the program to update us
Thank you.
on where you are with your music.